YouTube, what's up? It's me. I'm back again to drop the truth on y'all that. Yeah, yeah, I've been having a lot of conversations with my Christian brothers and sisters. People that are of religion. Conversations with them as well. One thing I do know: you were born with a soul, born with a spirit. That's all you had when you came into this world. When you leave, I guarantee you would have the same thing you had when you came into this world. When you leave this, you won't be able to take no religion with you. You won't be able to take none of that with you. Because if that stuff was truly credible, you would be born with it. If it was truly credible, you would be born with it. You wouldn't have to be taught that. Other people, you know, other people, they're comfortable, I should say, in today's society. I wasn't there in yesterday's society, you know, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. I wasn't there. But I'm pretty sure, it's ran the same damn way. It's ran the same way. You see, I mean, like, people, people really just don't even just take the time out the day to just think. You know, you're living in a first world country. Prayer solves things. Prayer solves everything. But don't you ever just think the God that you're praying to, powerful, omniscient, all knowing. Don't you think he knows your prayer before you even pray to him? Before you even speak and utter the words? Hold on, YouTube. YouTube. Give me one moment. Hold on 1 second. I gotta do what Bro Sanchez be doing. Hold on.
Oh, why you want? Because you want live. Why you just want to record them and hand put them on there?
Because I like to be on live sometimes. Because when you do it live, it pops up. You know what I'm saying? Whoever subscribed to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I can talk like this.
Do you tell people the name of your channel?
John Doe. John Doe TV. Yes, YouTube. This is John Doe Television.
Oh wow.
John Doe TV. Subscribe to my channel, please. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm staying at a relative's house, and I don't want to disrespect them, with the truth. Hey, because some people are comfortable. They're comfortable. They're scared. They need, you know, they're afraid of death. What life after death, they're afraid of it. So that's why, I know a lot of people because I know it deep within myself. It drove me when I was a young teenager to get further into the religion because I was afraid. I was afraid I was gonna die, and you know, you know what I'm saying, and not even just have the glory enough to just be with God. I was afraid, so it drove me deeper into it. Even though I had all kind of questions and all kind of questions, thoughts, pardon.
Not that time though.
Yeah, got you all on live. You know, had all those questions and stuff like that. And I would think a God would know all the prayers before they're even uttered. You know, people pray for the 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 people all over the world that's going through less fortunate things. You know, people over there they're praying for food, while people over here praying for a brand new car. You know, they're praying. You're in a first world country. You see, I mean, like maybe some people can just see the blitz that I just threw out there into the spectrum when I just said that. I hope you're able to see the blitz. Walk with me. Praying to Allah, praying to Him for better shoes. Praying to Him for less obvious things that you may need in your life. Like you praying to Him for materialistic things, while there's people out there just don't even have the simplistic things in life in a third world country. You see people's prayers. I mean, like, honestly, honestly, everybody prays to a God that knows what they gonna even pray for before they pray it. So I'm like, why not? Why not? Why not have questions? It's a strong session, a strong build. I'm not gonna just end up. I'm not gonna just end up stopping my videos just because of a certain increase, a surge, an increase in religious activities, or not just that, just obvious stuff like people don't know, like, yeah, you want your kid to go to school, man. You want your kid to learn. Yes, you do. You want them to survive in this society. You want them to. So you want them to learn whatever they need to learn in order to survive in this society, whether or not it's lies or truth, whether or not it's fiction or reality. Nothing is never bad unless you make it bad.
Never assume the worst.
Yes, never assume the worst unless you just start picking up the bits of, you know,
Never assume the worst unless you have proof.
I mean, yeah, true enough. And that's why you search for the proof. You search for the proof. Never just assume, yeah, our religion is not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Never just assume that. But once you just really just find the first egg, the first hen to lay the egg, that's when you can just really just start assuming things, questioning things. Ain't no question why you just taught things and you don't even ask to be taught them. You didn't ask to, you didn't ask to be a Muslim. You didn't ask to be a Hindu. You didn't ask to worship Buddha. You didn't ask to worship Jesus. Did nobody do that? The deities are the ones that sets everything apart from the main God. Because every religion has a main God and every religion has a Messiah. A Messiah. Every country. School out here teaching that the world is round and dinosaurs walked on the planet and like ain't nobody never found no full complete skeleton of a dinosaur. They always just find bones or something and they add on to them. They add on to them. Now we gonna go all the way this time. We talking about whatever topic I can just come up with. We gonna talk about it all. Since I ain't got nobody watching, not yet, not yet at least. You know, the food. What I mean? Like, come on now. Like, look at all this free land within the cities and stuff. It's space everywhere. They got us clustered all up into dense population centers and stuff like that. Like, they look at us, the powers that be look at us citizens like cattle. The police officers, they're necessary. Keep cattle in line. Keep you in line. We need them because it is some crazy, sick motherfuckers out here. We ain't talking about just getting rid of police forces and shit like that. We ain't talking about that. They're necessary, but they're corrupted as well. Every organization is corrupted. Every organization is corrupted from its essential purpose that it was made for. It's corrupted. Every from school to churches, mosques, temples, religions, to space agencies, to the jail system. Say no more. We all know the truth. From countries are corrupted with they fucked up ass rules and shit that they got to keep the citizens down. Everything is just really made for the rich. You know, black people just not. It's powerful, rich black motherfuckers in power that you can't see. Just then they sit in the same room with the white motherfuckers. They sit in the same room with the Mexicans. Rich, powerful motherfuckers. Keeping you down. Suppressing us. Keeping us all down. You see, in the conscious community, you have what you call like wannabes. You got people that get attracted to the information and stuff like that, and they just go. They go with what they hear. They go with what they hear. Then you got people, that really critical think inside and out, fiction from reality, and put pieces of the puzzle together, like real critical thinking, like literally putting pieces of the puzzle together, like you know, looking back at history, researching things and things like that before you actually come up to a conclusion. But it's people in the conscious community, that it's atheists out there. I'm not an atheist. You see, as a kid, I I'll tell you something personal about myself. As a kid, before I just knew anything about just really about Jesus, and Christianity, and Muslims, and Malcolm X, all of those, before I knew about all the other religions and stuff, my understanding was, I knew we had to come from something. You know, besides my father and mother, I knew the voice inside of my head when I speak to myself. I knew that was truly me. I knew this at a young age. My spirit, I was aware of my spirit being in my body. And thus, that created the curious minded person I was. That was the creation of that person. You know, I always wondered what other people just really just thought. I wondered, were they even conscious of the fact of other things, and not just really just stuck all up into the physical. I knew there was a God, a Most High. I knew that. But when I got introduced into Christianity and the older I got to understand the story and stuff, I seen like a lot of loopholes in it. I seen a lot of loopholes in Virgin Mary. I seen a lot of loopholes and a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that complicated things, for a young child. I seen a lot of loopholes in my teacher telling me that the earth was a ball. Now that I look back on it, back then I'm like, okay, it's a ball. Okay, I had questions and I had answers for all my questions. So okay, it was more easier for me to just run with that shit. You know, ask them why people ain't standing upside down, and and they got all kind of quick man. I didn't really just forgot all that bullshit. I didn't forgot it all. Like the answers they gave us back then. Like now that I'm grown, I'm like hell no, hell no. I'd have been on a plane twice. You know, Like, come on now. Come on, y'all want us to think that we standing sideways on some land and shit. Y'all really want us to think that shit. Y'all really just really drilled that into people's heads. You know, y'all don't want people that think like how I think around. Nah, y'all don't. Y'all don't. No. And by that being said, I'm not gonna ever stop. I'm not gonna stop. I know there's others. I know for a fact there was others. You know, and there's all kind of little tactics and shit that they teach us in school. Try to create that oneness. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. Go find a charger plug. I'll be right back.